giant, massive puzzle. Of course, you probably noticed this the very first time you saw a map of the Earth or a globe while a child in school. The place in the Earth where this is most obvious is along the eastern coast of South America and the western coast of Africa. Here, it really appears like the continents fit together. Now, of course, people have known this for hundreds of years, ever since the first accurate maps were created. But most people just chalked it up to mere coincidence. One person who had trouble with that, though, was German meteorologist Alfred Wegener. You see, Wegener couldn't just accept that this was a coincidence and that these land masses had such similar shaped coastlines. And so he began to think about this and try to come up with some sort of explanation. And what he concluded was something radical, that the continents are moving. And in Wegener's head, if the continents are in fact moving, and you run time backwards, then there must have been a time when all of those continents were together in some sort of supercontinent, something he named Pangaea, coming from the Greek term for all Earth. This became known as Wegener's theory of continental drift. Now, Wegener, being a man of science, knew that if his theory was going to gain any traction, he needed to evidence. And so he set to his life's work of researching every corner of the planet to better understand this strange observation and to explain it to the scientific community. By the end of his life, he had collected 4 main pieces of evidence, and we're going to look at those today. We'll begin where we've already begun, and that is with the shape of the continents. If we look carefully all over the Earth, coastlines appear to fit together, like this part of South America and this part of Africa. And so that becomes evidence number 1, the apparent fit of the continents, that the coastlines appear to fit together like the pieces of some sort of giant puzzle. But of course, this was just a starting point, and so Wegener continued his research. The next thing he dove into involved life. Wegener began to study fossils of ancient creatures, and more importantly, where those fossils were located. Take, for instance, this creature, an ancient freshwater reptile called a Mesosaurus. Interestingly, if you look on all of the continents and land masses of Earth, fossils of the Mesosaurus are only found in 2 places. These include the very southern tip of South America